Okay, we are here with the Trinity River Band, and right up to this point, we've just been laughing a lot. I'll tell you, right?
We have.
It's great to meet you guys and learn so much about you already. And let's just talk more about it. You guys are a family band, and tell me, how did it start? Day one. Who decided? How did you guys become a band?
Oh man.
Well, it wasn't really any one decision. Like, hey, let's play instruments, and hey, let's form a band, family, and then let's do this for a living.
No.
It didn't really happen like that. It was a
step by step kind of thing.
Yes, opening opportunities and opening of the doors, and just walking through one right after the other, and here we are about 10 years later. And it doesn't seem like it's been that long.
Well, what happened 10 years ago when you made the decision? You had to make changes in your life.
Right.
Bring us back there. Like, what happened?
Okay.
Well, 10 years ago, actually it was more like 11 years ago, Michael and I went to our first festival in South Georgia, Twin Oaks Bluegrass Festival. And we really had a good time, loved the environment, thought we need to bring the kids here. And he's played guitar since he was 6 years old, learned from his grandfather.
Yeah,
so he's always had music.
Years ago.
Always had music in the home. And around that same year, 2005, Sarah came to her dad and wanted to learn how to play the guitar. She always loved to sing. So Michael started teaching her, didn't expect her to really take on the responsibility to practice and learn, but she did. Went to that festival that year in 2005. Joshua heard a banjo for the first time.
Caught banjo
had banjo fever. Literally, Mom wanted a banjo, Dad wanted a banjo every day.
Wouldn't leave him alone.
So Christmas that year, 2005, we bought him a banjo. Michael surprised me, bought me a mandolin. I just was percussion on it. We kind of started doing some local community things for our church. Had no dream or no plan of having a full-time, nationally touring acoustic roots bluegrass gospel band, but we travel all over now. And our little girl Brianna,
she's not little.
Yeah, little girl.
She's young.
She'll always be a little girl to you.
She started learning. She wanted to learn the fiddle. She watched her dad picking up the fiddle.
So
she wanted the fiddle.
6 when she started playing. So that's been 8 years ago now.
Right.
And so she's
really
added a lot. Yeah, been full time in the band for 3 years, and just really added so much.
Yeah,
and you have a big hit out now.
Oh man.
Tell us about that.
Well, that song is Comeback Train that you're talking about. It was written by Jerry Salley, fantastic songwriter, and Cassidy Lynn Alexander. And we ran into Jerry and his wife Erin at Spigma in Nashville this past February. And we were talking to them because we were still getting songs for the new album, which the new album is Things We Do for Dreams. But we were still getting songs for that, and we were talking to Jerry, and he told us, yeah, I just finished this song. Don't even have a demo of it yet. So what he did is we got back home and he made a work tape of it, just him and his guitar singing and playing it, and sent us that. We were all like, yeah, we got to do that song, guys. We got to do that song.
We needed something driving and fast.
Yeah, so we got that recorded, and we just released that as the first single off the album, and it's been in the top 20 as of right now. At the time of this interview, it's been 13 weeks in the top 20.
Yeah.
It hit number one a few weeks back, and it's number 3 this week at IBMA.
So what were you guys doing when you heard all of a sudden it hit the top 20?
Oh man,
we were excited.
Like were you just driving down the road and you got a phone call, or?
No,
we were out west somewhere.
We were
out west. Yeah.
Because we released Things We Do for Dreams, the new album, July 1st. The same day I got engaged too. That was actually the big news I didn't know about. But that was the same day. That happened the same day that we released our album. So it's only been out for everybody. Yeah, get a good angle of that.
He's a musician, folks. No worries.
Scott, you might want to zoom in on that one. No. So we released our album July 1st. The same.
That's enough of that.
Okay. I'm done. Seriously, I'm done. And so it was just a few weeks later, Comeback Train, it hit the charts, and we were excited. I think we were just going down the road, right?
Actually, we figured out just the other day that that's not true. We had, released as is the common practice, we had released the album to DJs before it was released for sale. It was released for sale about the 1st of July, but on July 8th, was the first day it made the charts. I think it
Number
debuted at
9?
#9.
I think so, yes. We hit top 10
top 10
that day.
really
And we were
quickly.
out west and everything just, we love the country out there anyway. We got that news. We're like, this is so cool. Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
We were somewhere in Montana or Idaho.
In God's,
Now, are you
in
on
God's
the road?
country.
Are you on the road constantly?
Pretty much constantly. We were on a tour this summer that kept us out of Florida for 3 solid months.
Wow.
We
So that
weren't
was
even
pretty
back
constant.
to the state, much less home. And we pretty much tour all year long. It slows down like it does for everyone in the months of December and January. But that actually works out pretty well because my mother, who is off camera right now, is actually formed Orange Blossom Records over 2 years ago. That's our record label, and we've got some other artists on that now too. And we just built a studio, which Josh actually designed.
Yeah.
We built that early in the very beginning of this year, and the day after we had it completed, the last nail driven, and the paint good and dry, we were in it the next day recording Things We Do for Dreams.
Yeah, starting that out.
But typically, those months are slower, and that's when our activity with the record label, our activity with studio work, usually we cut an album in the wintertime. So we're home more often then, but we still play all
Very
year long.
extensive. We still
This
tour
is our
very
full time.
extensively.
Yeah, this is what we do full
This is our
time,
job.
What is the songwriting process? Like, does one person write the song, and then from day one when you have it, how much of it has changed as you guys are all getting together and putting the pieces together?
Well, that's a good question. for you.
It is. Well, Dad and I do, I guess, I wrote 3 songs on this new album, which I didn't really plan on doing, so usually Dad brings a lot of those to the table, but we're blessed to have so many incredible songwriting friends.
Like,
we're seriously, people like Larry Cordell, Carl Jackson, Josh already mentioned Jerry Sally, Mark
Irene
Brinkman,
Kelly.
Becky Buller, Irene Kelly, Kim Fox, Brandon Rickman,
Brandon
the
Rickman,
list
right.
goes
Joey
on.
Scott.
Joey Scott.
When you're in the studio then and you're putting it all together, how does that go?
Well, how we normally do it, like whenever we're writing, doing original stuff like Sarah's songs, she'll have the melody and the lyrics and the chord progression and everything down. We bring it all together as the band, and we start really making arrangement, decisions and everything. Everybody has input there a lot. And sometimes if like there's some maybe some words that could be smoother elsewhere, we'll make suggestions like that too. But generally, we come together as the band and do arrangements, and that's where you get the final product kind of thing. So you have just the hunk of metal and all the contents there, and you just gotta hammer it out, smooth it out, and make it the pretty arrangement.
shiny.
And,
The shiny,
and
polished
I guess the
arrangement.
most important thing to make it us.
Yeah, true.
To make it Trinity River Band.
Everybody has input on that.
Yeah,
So.
for it to stamp, and we have so many people. They talk about our family, and I guess we try to make it as obvious as possible, just the love we have for each other, and the love for what we do. So our faith in our family comes out in the songs and our performance and the smiles on our faces, and you
try to do happy
can't
music.
not love playing music. How can you play bluegrass or any kind of music and be sad?
Especially with
Well,
people that
Steve
you
Martin
love.
said that a long time ago. He said he just kind of restricted it to the banjo. You can't be unhappy when you're playing the banjo if it's a horrible
True.
song.
No.
That's true.
But playing this type of music, it's hard to be unhappy. But we particularly like to match the lyrics as much as we can with the music. We want to be positive. The world's negative enough.
Sure.
We want to be
Absolutely.
positive. We want to be
That's why people love
loving
it.
and kind and friendly and
that's-
humble and
So
and I actually am very humble.
Yes.
He's
very
very
humble.
proud
I'm
to be
proud of
humble.
Yeah, he's proud of that.
So how do you handle it when a rough day then? You're with the family. I was joking around. I asked earlier, I didn't see any scars or anything.
Well,
Yeah.
we're just going to be totally honest.
Oh, yeah, totally
with the audience, and the truth is, the worst one amongst us is Brianna. You know,
this one
she
right
looks sweet, but she
here.
actually cusses like a sailor.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, she does not.
I'm gonna have to
Angel.
edit. She's an angel. You're gonna have to edit that out.
I'm sitting here trembling because she scares me so bad.
Kidding. For heaven's sake, she knows she's my sunshine.
Yeah, no.
We have one way that we function. We have only one way, and that is that God is the center of our life.
Mm-hmm.
If He was not, if we didn't all know the Lord, if we didn't know Jesus Christ, and we weren't all seeking God, it would be impossible to travel in a 40-foot tin can
It'd fall apart.
all over the country all the time. You know,
There would
we
be
try
scars
to-
otherwise.
Yeah. And the truth is that we don't just say that. And I think now we have a track record of years of people seeing us live more than one time, repeatedly. We try to be the same people wherever we are.
Mm-hmm.
And the point is that it's the truth with us. We believe what we're saying.
Now, when you go to the festivals or the shows, and there's got, aside from, okay, you guys get along great, but I'm sure there are stumbling blocks that
Oh,
you
yeah.
have to
Yes.
deal
Oh, yeah.
with. Do you travel with someone who looks after all that for you, or is that?
We do most everything ourselves. We are with Moonstruck Entertainment.
Management.
Management. Why do I keep saying
Because
that?
Hope
Well,
River
this just
Entertainment.
happened. Yeah, Hope River
Hope River
Entertainment
and
merged with
Moonstruck
Moonstruck
Management, they
So I'm
merged.
trying to still make them
That's okay.
change
Well,
their name.
Moonstruck Management, we work with Penny McDaniel, and she, she's the only other person that we had worked with extensively that's outside of the family. We've got we keep it a 3-generation thing. Of course, Joyce Harris, his mom, our grandmother, is the CEO of Orange Blossom Records, the label that
And
she
she's
started.
smiling
She's
right
back
now.
here.
Yeah.
She's back here beaming, y'all. And then, of course, so the record label. We've done a lot of the stuff ourselves up till now, till Penny, till they merged, and she's been doing publicity and things like that for us. But now they're doing some booking as well.
too.
So
that's
it makes what we do a little bit easier because it's just another
A team.
another something that they're taking off of our backs to have to worry about and do
But
so much.
I think you were kind of talking as well, maybe about like the inevitable scuffles that we might have as a family. Is that correct? I mean, we
Or
just
bands,
how we.
anybody.
I mean, as a band, but as a family that travels around and plays music and everything. I mean, we're a family too. I mean, we're a family first, and I mean, we do get into our little disagreements every once in a while. But we try to do, like Dad was saying, putting God first and foremost. We get things out and we deal with them in a loving manner because we love each other always. And we just get it out instead of letting it just build and fester.
Communication is
it's
the
all
key,
about
because a lot of times
communication.
miscommunication, but you just, he is one that definitely, something bothering you, let's get it out.
Yeah.
Let's get it on the table, let's work through it. And you got to get that because otherwise it can fester.
Well, that's what
So-
makes it different, though. As a band, there's other bands. They were giving courses here, or seminars, on how to build a band. And by having a family as you guys, it's very unique, and you're lucky because you don't have the power plays that other bands might have.
True.
This is true.
I can imagine how in many ways it must be harder to not be all in one family.
Yeah.
To be in a
Absolutely,
band together. People that you don't, because when you're a family, you're gonna love each other even though no matter what, and you're confident that, like, I know my parents and my grandmother, and my siblings, they're not ever gonna quit loving me, and so whatever discussion or disagreement or argument or scuffle, whatever you want to call it, after it's over, we're still a family. We still like each
Sure.
other. We still like each other.
Yeah,
That's
as well
the
as
key.
love each other. Yeah.
But when you're, I don't know, I've never, I guess, really been brave enough to ask that question to
Yeah.
other bands before, other friends of mine and stuff. But because it happens,
Right.
it happens, and you have
It's
disagreements.
life.
Any funny, interesting things that happen on the road or on the stage?
Yes, I have something that comes to mind
All the
right away.
time.
Immediately?
We have funny stuff.
I have something that comes to mind immediately. We were traveling recently. Our bus broke down in Kentucky, and we had to rent a car to drive to Minnesota and come back to get the bus and everything before we headed home. This was past summer, and we were in the car driving all together. And they had those big windmill farms
Oh, God.
in places. It's coming. It just hit her what I was talking about.
Did I go on my face?
No, sit down, you gotta stay here.
They're gonna make fun of me.
You gotta accept it, it's a roasting, you know. Okay.
Go ahead.
But no, okay. So we were driving through, I think, southern Wisconsin or northern Indiana, one of the two, or Illinois maybe. And I was sitting in the back seat with Mom and Brianna, and Grandma wasn't with us on this trip. It was just the 5 of us. And she like looked. She was like, "Josh, how much do you think those big windmills cost to build and to put out there and everything?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't know, Mom."
And anyone who doesn't live out where there are windmill farms, these things are
huge.
A couple of 100 feet.
stories high.
They're humongous.
One blade, they have 3 blades on them. One blade is an extremely long semi
truck.
Well, far away they look smaller than that.
But we know better.
Anyway, yeah.
So
I'm trying to.
she's like, "Josh, how much do you think those things cost to build and to maintain and everything?" I was like, "Oh,
No, I
gosh,
just
Mom."
said build. I just said maintain.
Yeah, build. How much they cost to build? Okay. And I said, I don't know, Mom. Off the top of my head, I would guess at least $750,000, $1 million at least. And she's like, "No way.
That many?
No way. That much for one of them?" And I was like, "Yeah, Mom. What were you thinking?" And she was like, "I was thinking like, $1,000."
I'm thinking cement and metal. It's
Just like
ridiculous.
And I was
have the first fight right now.
It's not my smartest moment.
That's not all.
Wait,
Josh,
okay.
Josh and Mom.
And I just started dying. I was like, $1,000, and I wasn't saying it very loud, and I think.
Dad started to say, "What are y'all talking about?"
What are y'all talking about? Because we were laughing a little bit, and Mom's like, "Michael, what do you think? How much do you think one of those windmill things might cost?" And Dad's like, "Oh gosh, Lisa, $1 million, $2 million, $1.5 million," and Mom's like, "Gosh, no way." She's like, she's like, "I think they're probably like I thought they were like $1,000." And Dad's like, "Lisa, if they were made of styrofoam, it wouldn't be $1,000."
Man, out of styrofoam, it costs more than $1,000.
So we Googled it.
We Googled it.
Yeah, she had me look it up. I was like, "Yep, $1.7 million to $2 million, Mom." And you know what? I'm gonna defend her a little bit because we were pretty tired and loopy.
Yes, that's true.
That's right.
So you're and this is you're here for IBMA week, and that's kind of how it is. I've been mostly awake. People joke about
exactly.
But they continue, Scott, because something would happen. How much is it? Oh, probably about $1,000.
Yeah.
They use that all over.
How much do you think it costs to put on the street fair at IBMA? About $1,000.
$1,000 probably.
I think I see the next cover of the CD picture of a windmill.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll hide it somewhere. Hide
Like
hide
a
it.
hidden Mickey in Disney or something.
Yeah,
Have a
We
hidden
love
windmill.
to laugh. So
I see.
that's what helps us to get through.
There's
A lot of laughter.
there's so many more stories, but there's only so much time.
So
too.
So you have a new CD coming out?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Actually, we just released it.
Things
in
we
the
do
beginning
for
of July.
dreams. I'll
The
let
things
Brianna
we do
tell
for
about
dreams.
it.
Yeah, Brianna, tell us
She
about
hasn't
it.
talked. She does talk.
She talks a lot.
Tell us about the new CD.
Tell us.
Okay, well, like we were talking about earlier, we have a lot of great songwriters on the album, including my sister. So she's on there, and we have a lot of other great ones. Like Jerry Sally wrote "Come Back Train" with
Cassie
Lynn.
Cassie Lynn, and then we have Joey Scott for "The Mirror," which is what I sang, and then just tons of other songwriters. And it came out early July, and I guess we're just really proud of it. I guess we're kind of biased because whenever people come up to our table, they're like, "So which album would you recommend?" And I always recommend the newest album because, well, being biased, this is my favorite. So
That's great.
and
The title cut.
And the title cut is "Things We Do for Dreams," and Brinkman wrote it.
And Teresa Jordan.
Trusted Jordan, a good friend, yeah.
Yep.
I bet when those fans come by, you just have a blast, a great relationship with all your fans.
Yes.
We
there it
love
is.
our fans.
I
They make
think-
us
We
feel
wouldn't
so
be able to-
special.
I think bluegrass, in this community, in this specific to this genre, the people that you meet, and you made mention of this earlier too, just how you can meet people and you feel like they're your next door neighbor, or you've known them before. It's just you just kind of have like these deja vu moments. But the bluegrass community itself is a huge family, and people just love people. People just love people,
Yeah.
and we love people.
And what's
so.
the website to find you guys?
www.trinityriverband.com
And
on
the
Facebook.
WWW stands for World Wide Web.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. And as
Just in
I was
case.
around at the beginning of the internet.
Yes.
I used to didn't know what that was. I'm kind of proud I do.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, they can find us. That's our website.
$1,000.
Yeah.
That costed to start. Was
Edit that out. Don't worry.
No, you're fine, you're fine.
The first
That's
computer
okay.
was.
Keep it in, you'll get a good laugh.
No, but yeah, find us on our website, trinityriverband.com. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter.
All the social media stuff is on
All
there
of that.
too. So that's
Yeah.
Are you guys good? You have any shows coming up now, or we're getting ready to slow down for the slow season?
We
Well,
still
close.
have October, November are still really busy. December will slow down, but you can go to our website on our tour page, which Joshua designed our website. He's a graphic designer, he's a web designer, he's a
IT man.
videographer.
Banjo
He does it
player.
all,
Banjo
folks.
player.
Yeah, exactly.
That
If you
part.
need any websites, you can contact Joshua. He can help you with that.
Contact Grandma. She has a new
Yeah.
business she's starting
Yes.
for you to design websites.
Exactly.
Right.
Joyce Harris.
She's a
always Blossom
savvy business
Records.
lady. She ain't got her hands into everything yet.
That's right.
But-
Well, thanks so much for sitting down, and we're going to all look for you, and can't wait to see you and
Thank you for the time.
see you live, and look for your next new CD and all your old ones.
We appreciate it.
Definitely.
Thank you
Thanks
so
for
much.
having
Thanks
us.
for having us.